It's about that time, so it is definitely for the record. What's going on, everybody? It's Rob Nice here doing another edition of For the Record. Today I'm going to be talking about a genre of music that a lot of people know of. They just don't really know the title, but if you've listened to Hall & Oates, you know that it's called Blue-Eyed Soul. So I'm going to go through, grab some stuff out of the collection that I have, and we're going to go through it and just kind of give you a little bit of rundown of what it is. Stuff I've had in my collection for a lot of years, but it still gets a lot of plays at the house. So let me go ahead and start. And the first one we're going to start with is one that they have a running video going online that people didn't know that this guy was actually white when actually they thought he was black all these years. And of course that is Bobby Caldwell, and you know the song is "Do for Love." It's been sampled by Tupac. He's also got an album called Cat in the Hat that Common sampled for The Light. It's Bobby Caldwell. It's getting tougher to find. You can still find this around, but people are charging for it right now. But the silhouette, it's even in the video if you look it up online. But this is a really good album. And it's also got the song My Flame, Biggie sampled. This is such an incredible album. It's definitely one to have in the collection. So that's one to look out for with Bobby Caldwell. Another one is, of course, I just mentioned them, but it is Hall & Oates. This is their greatest hits. They have part 1 and part 2, Rock and Soul. But this has everything. It's Sarah Smile, Rich Girl, Kiss on My Lips, Private Eyes. You've heard them all from the 80s. Great album. If you like Hall & Oates, this has everything on it. Part 1 and part 2 are definitely ones to get. This is a $1, $2 record. You might be able to find it out there. Just check it out. You know, look around in the rock section. They usually list them in rock, but it is considered Blue-Eyed Soul. Another one. This is actually an album that influenced Hall & Oates. Actually, Daryl Hall heard them and loved their sound, and their Ace and their song "How Long." It's a 70s radio staple. You hear it on like a soft rock album stations. But the Ace album, really good. They've got a couple other ones, but "How Long" is the jam. Kind of very similar to Player, Baby Come Back, but "How Long's" got the funky bass groove in and everything. And this is a $1 to $2 record. If you find it out, you know, pick it up. It's a nice one just to have in the collection. Let's see. Here's another one from the 80s. This is a very good album, and I don't think gets enough recognition. It's definitely Robbie Neville. Incredible songwriter. He's done stuff even up into the 90s for, like, I believe even like Destiny's Child he's wrote for. But C'est La Vie was the cutoff here. But there's a lot of good songs in this album, and I don't think it gets enough recognition. But this is definitely on the radio a lot, and this is an actually really good album. Another, $1, $2 record. You can find it pretty much anywhere if you just look. But this is a good one to have in the collection too. This is an obscure one. Dennis Coffey, Mike Theodore, from Scorpio fame and all that. Everybody knows who Dennis Coffey is, but he produced this one. This is a psychedelic, funky blues, a little bit of everything, but Paul Parrish, Forced My Mind. Large Pro definitely put me onto this one. This is a really obscure album. It's pretty, up in price. I've seen it going for like 40 or 50 bucks. Seen it go as far as like 20 bucks. If you see it out, definitely grab it. If you want to go online and get it, you can get it online too. But it's a nice album to have. Definitely, it's got some nice psychedelic cuts on it, some groovy cuts, and like I said, Dennis Coffey and Mike Theodore in production. Really good one. Just a really, really cool obscure album, but definitely one to have in your collection. Here's another one. This is a group that was had a double LP, but Gypsy. This is getting tougher and tougher to find, but this is a good double LP. A lot of funky, soulful, bluesy cuts. There's a couple of cuts on here that are really, really, really good to have. This is about a $20 record, give or take, depending on who's selling it. And what I would do is, if you have it in the collection, it's just a good one just to put on and play. Even if you're into sampling or anything like that, this is a nice one. This is one to look out for. Plus, it's got the dope cover art, and it's also a gatefold, so it opens up, which is really, really cool. So it's definitely one to have in the collection. And last one is, everybody knows him, definitely from the 80s, but his first album is one to have definitely have in your stash. And he was backed by none other than the Meters, and this was produced by Alan Toussaint, and that's Robert Palmer. His first album, Sneakin' Sally Through the Alley. Very good album. If you like the Meters, which I do, and you like the funky instrumental cuts and the thick bass lines and the heavy crisp drums and the Toussaint productions, this is one to have. It got slept on because Palmer didn't get really popular until the 80s, but this is one to have in the collection. This, I think, was 70, I want to say early 70s? Yeah, I want to say like 70, 73 or 74. Definitely want to have in the collection. I like his early stuff because his early stuff had a lot of funky grooves to it, until he became more mainstream, but his voice goes perfect with the Meters backing band. So this is definitely a good one to have. And this is, you've seen it for maybe, I've seen as much as $10. You can catch it for like $3 or $4, but it's one to have. If you see it, definitely pick it up if you're not up onto this right now. So that was my little rundown on Blue Eyed Soul. I have a lot more. That was just a quick collection I just grabbed up real quick. Definitely hit me in the comments if you like it. If you got anything that you want to suggest. I'm going to be posting some more vids soon. I'm going to be heading out to the flea markets. I'm going to be heading out to the record shops. I'm going to take you all along with me, show you kind of what goes into when you go out digging. And hopefully you'll enjoy it, because I show a lot of my stuff, but you get to kind of see the process of me finding it, because there's a lot of work involved to it. And people say I don't walk in there and just grab stuff off the wall. I actually put in the work and go look for it. So I get dirty, get dusty, so that's what it's about. And anything else, man, just subscribe, hit the like button, live comment, anything you do to keep the algorithm going through YouTube. So if you need any other questions, man, just hit me up and I'll reply back in the comments. Till then, it's Rob Nice. Peace.